Besties. They are very, very important. If you don't have your besties, then what are you doing? As I said in my last video, you support your besties, but I didn't quite explain who a bestie is. A bestie is someone who cares for you, someone who guides you. They are a best friend, as the name suggests, but they can be a little bit more than that. They're someone you vibe with, someone who understands you, someone who you have that fun relationship with, you can vibe with 24/7, 365, or 366 if it's a leap year like 2024 will be. A bestie is many things. But the thing is, there is no limit. That's the beautiful thing about a bestie. There is no limit on how many besties that you can bestify in the grand scheme of bestieing. So, I have decided today to return to the tier list that you probably can't see amazingly well because it's on the computer screen, but I'll put it on screen right now. Shablam! And I have selected 12 musical theatre characters who I will discuss where they were placed on the bestie tier list. It's essentially the dating video, but with friendship, because friendship is important. But if you haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Ellie, I talk about theatre. I am the most chaotic theatre person on the internet. I do reviews, I do discussions, I do this. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out outside the channel. But let's go into the tier list. So I have some amazing characters here today. I have my 5 tiers and I will walk you through them as I always do. The top tier is my bestie. That is the bestiest bestie to ever bestie. They are in to the Hall of Fame of bestieing and I'm ready for them. If I have a +1 to the theatre, guess who's on my phone? A ring-a-ding-ding, it's my bestie. There's someone who just understands my vibe and, you know, we have a strong dynamic together. A tier under that is friendly. You know, they're not quite the bestie status, but I wouldn't mind hanging out with them. If I'm down to the last second and I need a +1 to the theatre, I'll give them a call. You know, it'll be a fun time. I'm friendly with them. They're a nice person. There's some vibes there, but they probably don't have the complete vibage to be a true bestie. The tier under that is acquaintances. This is someone who, yeah, you know, we're pretty different. We're pretty different people. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're not like a friend, but we are acquainted. And that's where the name of the tier comes in. Because I can name things well. Underneath that, we're starting to get to the other side of it with dislike. Well, I don't know what it is about this person. They're just not vibing with me. I don't think they're the worst person in the world. I don't think they're evil, but, you know, maybe they've done a couple of things. Maybe they give me the ick a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not a bestie with them, and I'm not feeling them. I'm gonna stay a little bit away, thank you. And then the final tier is loathing. Unadulterated loathing. For your face, your voice, your clothing. Let's just say, I love it all. And I will be loathing them my whole life long. But let's get into it, starting with Mrs. Danvers from Rebecca. I've tried to spice up with some different musicals this time. I think straight out the gate, Mrs. Danvers would not like me. Mrs. Danvers doesn't really like anyone except for Rebecca. Like, woman has this absolutely massive obsession with this dead woman. And, you know, she is in mourning. She hasn't got time for anyone else. She would hate me. Would I hate Mrs. Danvers? I feel like hate's a strong word here. I don't know. I feel like we wouldn't vibe. I feel like we wouldn't be friendly even. I don't even think we'd be acquaintances. I think she would dislike me. I think I would probably dislike her a little bit. I wouldn't call it loathing though. I wouldn't go that far. Next up, Franklin Hart Jr. from 9 to 5. If you know the plot of 9 to 5, you know that this man is an absolute piece of work. He is sexist. He is bigoted. He is not a nice person. And I feel like, even putting aside my thoughts on him, he would probably not like me very much. I mean, I don't think he's gonna like this. I don't think he's gonna be vibing with all of this. I don't think this man is at the Pride parades. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't think this man is an ally. I don't think so. This man is the opposite of an ally. He is the complete opposite. And you know what? I am a complete opposite ally of him. He's going in loathing. This man is disgusting. I hate him. Right to the bottom. I don't think he's gonna be beaten. He is like he is the worst. He's the worst. He is legitimately the worst. We seem to be hitting it on all cylinders with the characters that I just wouldn't be vibing with. Because next up we got Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. The musical specifically. Biff Tannen is another person who is quite a piece of work. When he was younger, he was a bit of an arsehole. When he's older, he's still a bit of an arsehole. He's not quite a nice guy. He's still doing what he did in high school. And you know what? I think that's a bit lame. I don't know if that's going a bit too far, but I think he's a bit lame. I think he's a stinky man who needs to grow up a little bit. And thank God the timeline was changed so that he did grow up a little bit. But still is very, very lame. Would I say it's loathing? I think loathing is a little bit too far. I mean, he's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. I would not have any type of vibing with him. I would not vibe in the least little bit. There is no shared interest to be had here. There is nothing connecting the two of us. I think he's going to be dislike. I think Biff Tannen's going in dislike, everyone. You can't see any of this. Like, the screen it's not screening enough for you to see any of this. So having it behind me is really pointless in this video, because I'm just gonna have to put it like here as well. Who cares? Elphaba. Okay. Elphaba is someone who, you know, she fights for what she believes in. She loves animals. We like that. She is passionate, and I do love a passionate person. Even if I have no interest in what the person is talking about, I do love a passionate person, because that shows you have an interest. And the best thing in the world is hearing someone talk about something that they're passionate about. And I feel like me and Elphaba would have that kind of vibe. I feel like me and Elphaba would vibe. Is it bestie material? I'm not feeling it. I don't think so. I don't think we would be the closest. I think she's going to be very hesitant about befriending people, especially due to her track record with friendship. Hasn't always gone very well for Elphaba, as we have seen. I think the friendly tier. I think me and Elphaba, you know, we would build that relationship slowly. Slowly, it would be slowly built, but we would vibe. We would vibe. I'd take Elphaba to see a show. Yeah, I'd give Elphaba one of my +1s. Write that down. Dawn. Okay. If I could sing, Dawn would be the type of character that I would play. You know? It would be that, like, comedic side character. You know. That's the type of role that I would play. You get me? And I feel like Dawn and I have a very similar energy, you know. I feel like she's a little bit more reserved, but when she gets to open up later in the musical, you know, she's firing on all cylinders. She's loving a bit of chaos. And I feel like me and Dawn would probably be besties. I feel like me and Dawn would probably be besties. I think we would vibe. I think we have similar things that we could talk about. She loves war reenactments. I like theatre. These things are similar, I think. I think Dawn would be a bestie. I think Dawn is the first bestie to go into the bestie tier. I mean, she is slaying. She has the vibes. I think we would vibe. I think me and Dawn would vibe. It may be a reluctant bestieing, a reluctant bestionage at first, but we would warm to each other, like she does with Ogie in the musical. There you go. See, I think these things through. I haven't thought about any of these beforehand. I'm just gonna put characters on a tier list and then I wing it, because I feel like that makes more chaos. Anyway, the Heathers. Oh, straight into loathing. Straight into loathing. These girls. I would not vibe with these girls. Do you think that the Heathers would like me? No! No! I'm pretty sure if we had a group of high school mean girls, they would bully the hell out of me. Like, like I am not immune to teenage girls. Teenage girls would bully me, and that is 100% accurate. And yes, these mean girls, they're meanin'. They're mean. They are not bestieing. And you know what? I think it goes even far beyond a dislike. I think this is a fundamental thing that just we wouldn't vibe at all. There's nothing between us to have. We have no shared interests. They're awful people. They still haven't grown up. They're teenagers, and why would I be a bestie with a teenager? That just sounds even weirder when I put it onto paper. If any of the three Heathers I would vibe with, maybe McNamara. She becomes less of an awful person by the end of the musical. But Chandler would hate my guts. And because of that, because she's like the queen bee, if Chandler hates my guts, then Heather Duke and Heather McNamara have to also hate my guts as well. They would not vibe with me. It would go into loathing. 100%. I feel like it is beyond just a simple dislike for these mean teenagers. Shrek. See, this is a difficult one because there's different points of Shrek's journey that you can take him from. I don't think at the start of Shrek the Musical, Shrek would like me very much. But then again, Shrek doesn't really like anyone at the start of Shrek the Musical. But then he makes some unlikely friends, he goes on an unlikely journey, and he falls in love with a human that's an ogre. And that worked out well, didn't it? You got really lucky there. You got real lucky, Shrek. But I don't think our friendship would be lucky. I don't think he would dislike me. I don't think I would dislike him. I feel like we would probably be okay. We could interact and go on an adventure together if we needed to. We could go save the princess from the dragon together. Probably. Maybe. But I think if I ever went on his swamp, he would tell me to get out. Juliet from Anne Juliet. Well, she's already got a trans bestie, so what's wrong with having a second one? Juliet! She's just a nice person, isn't she? She's a vibe. She's slaying. You know, she's fighting her way through her own story. She's trying to get that self-confidence back after losing the love of her life that she knew for like 2 hours. You know, she's vibing. She's trying. I feel like me and Juliet, I think we would get along. I think we would get along. But is it friendly or is it bestie? See, there's a fine line. There's a fine line between a bestie and a friend. We're besties. I'm calling it. I'm saying it. We're besties. We're the bestiest of besties. We're gonna bestie all over you. We're gonna be the bestiest besties to ever bestie, and I can't wait. Javert. Oh, Javert. 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 I think we all know where this is going. Javert. Look, I haven't committed any crimes. So I don't think Javert would loathe me. Wait, have I committed any crimes for the 1700s? Was being queer a crime in the 1700s in France?
I found this on the web.
Oh, no it wasn't. Wait, hold on, I'm researching. In 1791, homosexual acts became legal between two consenting adults in France. When is Les Mis set? If it's set after 1791, we can bring Javert up the list. If it's set after that, we may have a problem. What year is Les Mis set?
According to Wikipedia, beginning in 1815 and culminating in the 1832 June Rebellion in Paris, the novel follows the lives and interactions of several characters, particularly the struggles of ex-convict Jean Valjean and his experience of redemption.
Well, there you have it. It's official. I have not committed a crime in Les Mis time. That means me and Javert would not loathe each other. We've got past like the law side of it, which is a big part of Javert's character. But would Javert be approving of someone who's a little bit fruity in the booty like me? Probably not. I'm putting him in dislike. Jacques Kelly from Newsies. I feel like me and Jack Kelly would be friendly, okay? I don't think we're going to be the besties of besties. I don't know. I just, you know, he's a bit focused on his strike. And you know what? We love strikes. Fight. 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 It's just, no, it's not fight, it's strike. 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 You know, he's got to seize his day. And that's okay. I just don't think he would have the most time for me as a bestie. You know, he would try and make some time. You know, Jack Kelly, he is someone who fights for his friends. And we gotta appreciate that. Would we be the closest of friends? Would we be besties? I don't think so. I feel like we would be friendly. Next up, oh lordy, is Agatha Trunchbull. Well, I'm not a child. So I gained some points there. But then again, I don't really think she would vibe with me. I don't think she would vibe with me. And honestly, the way that she treats children, I don't think I would vibe much with her either. She's got to go into loathing. Have we really got any other option? She's a despicable person. I think if I put her anywhere above loathing, there are so many questions like what am I looking past? And finally, we end this list with Mr. Krabs. Would Mr. Krabs care that much about me? I mean, Mr. Krabs doesn't even really care about his daughter because he's so obsessed with money. And if money is the way to Mr. Krabs' heart, then I don't think I'm anywhere near that. Do crustaceans have hearts?
Here are some results.
Crabs don't have hearts. Okay. Do crabs have brains?
According to NOAA Ocean Exploration, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the nervous system of a crab differs from that of vertebrates, in that it has a dorsal ganglion and a ventral ganglion.
So it does have a brain. Okay, I wouldn't be that close on Mr. Krabs' brain. Nor his heart, because he doesn't have one, for he is a crab. And therefore, I feel like Mr. Krabs, the best we can give it is acquainted. That's where Krabs gotta go. Without having a lot of money, I don't think we're ever going to be that friendly. And this is our tier list. We have learned that my besties from musical theatre are Dawn and Juliet. And the people I loathe the most are Franklin Hart Jr., all three of the Heathers, and Miss Trunchbull, which feels about right. Where would you rank these people on this tier list? Is there any people that you think you would vibe more with on this list that I put low? If you say Trunchbull or Franklin Hart Jr., I am judging you severely. And if you want to see more of this, let me know. Let me know more characters that I can do. I'll do a follow-up for channel members, as I always do with this type of video, and maybe a sequel for everyone else eventually. I don't know. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps out the channel. Here's some links to my videos on screen right now, and a link to my Instagram, where I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000 followers, so you better go and drop a follow over there. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!